In this video, we're going to be talking about Solana. We're going to be analyzing the price, doing a technical analysis, see where price is going. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as I'm trying to get 500 subs. As well as that, before investing into Solana, please do your own research as I'm not a financial advisor. So as you can see on CoinMarketCap, Solana is currently up 0.76% over the last 24 hours. If we check on the daily, the chart that CoinMarketCap have given us on the daily, you can see Solana is overall bullish. You can see we had a huge uprise towards the 94.8, and then looks like we've retraced all the way back down into the demand zone essentially, and then hopefully from this demand zone we can have another impulse breaking past 94.8 on the daily. But let's quickly check in the weekly. We'll get into a bit more depth analysis on TradingView in a few seconds. So as you can see on the weekly, we're still overall consolidating, nothing major occurring. We're just moving towards the right. You can see here we're just pretty much being nothing major, just price action is just going towards the right. It looks like a little accumulation phase, SC, secondary test, spring, possibly wait for a test, or you could call this one a test. And then from this test, we're having a breakout, so possibly even breaking past 96. So yeah, if we check on the monthly, we can see here that we were pretty much overall bullish, but we can see a distribution schematic being played out within this region, and then we've retraced back down into a strong demand zone. And looks like we've played an accumulation schematic also. You can see here SC, secondary test. This is a spring, and then a retest, and then from here onwards, you can see we've had a huge reaction from this. So yeah, it's pretty much all playing out perfectly for Solana. But if we check on the quarterly, we're still overall bearish, but hopefully due to the accumulation schematic that is going to be made, we could possibly even reach the highs of 193 or even $200, possibly even taking out this triple top 1, 2, 3, pretty much liquidating all of those. But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But let's quickly check on the yearly as well. You can see on the yearly here we're still overall bullish. We're retracing back down to this strong demand zone, roughly around the 70, 79 and 67 region. So yeah, but let's quickly check the overall market before we head over to TradingView. So you can see here the overall global crypto market cap is at 1.79 trillion. We're still below the 2 trillion mark. As well as that, the overall market is up 2.74%. You see Bitcoin at 39.2k. It's got currently up 1.2% of the 24 hours. Ethereum up almost 5% essentially. Yeah, XRP, Cardano, Solana. So yeah, it's looking good for the overall market, slowly recovering back from the huge drop we had. So yeah, let's quickly check on Avai.io what it has given Solana a rating. So Avai.io is an artificial intelligence, non-biased obviously. So yeah, you can see that they've given Solana a rating of a C1. C1 is very poor, but let's quickly check in more in depth. You can see here Solana peak and value demand, which is a B2. What is a B2 given up here? So a B2 is average, so it's average. You can see the firm profitability, which is an A1, so a very, very profitable token. So you can see here the moving average is at a VI rating D. You can see the Sharpe ratio, which is a VI rating D. As well as that, you can see the fear and greed index, which is an A3, which is not too bad. And then you can see the Almahad ratio, which is a VI rating D. So yeah. Okay, now let's quickly go over to TradingView and start the analysis. So as you can see here on the overall weekly, let's start from the weekly. We did have a huge break of structure from this region, and then from here we just dropped, possibly even targeting. I don't think price would reach towards this demand zone, as everyone would start buying back into Solana. But if we drop down into the daily, we can possibly see that this demand zone did get tapped into. Let's mark this out. You can see this demand zone has been triggered. From this demand zone, we can see that pretty much probably a schematic has been playing out if we check on this. So yeah, you can see here that a schematic has been played out here. So let me just start this, and then let me fill this out. So okay, nope, not this one. An accumulation schematic did play out in this region. So see there the SC, pretty much you can see this secondary test. You can see this the pretty much the spring, and then here retest, and then from then on we just had the impulse up, and it looks like we're starting to do another accumulation phase occurring over here, but this time we actually tapped into the demand zone, whereas before we had didn't. So this, I feel like this demand zone, this accumulation will be stronger than this one, so I feel like we'll have a much higher reaction from this. So the reaction could possibly be towards this region. This would possibly be my first target, which is around $143, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how the overall market is and the current market conditions of Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is the leader. And then you can see here a distribution schematic was played out. You can see here that we've had an impulse up, and then we had pretty much a head and shoulders, pretty much basic pattern knowledge if you know, if that's what you trade. But you can see here we've had pretty much a distribution phase, and then another accumulation schematic, which is possibly even forming. We could possibly tap into this region, possibly this region. So yeah, we could possibly have a reaction from this region, and yeah, this would possibly be my entry if Solana did come back down. Possibly stop losses around about here, possibly a few pips below, and yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see how this reacts. But hopefully, due to my analysis, it does respect this, because the main reason I've chosen this demand zone over these ones is because I think that this is just liquidity that needs to be taken out. The market just needs to take out liquidity, gathering more buy orders, and then from then on we will have a blast off, and possibly even be reaching new highs, and possibly even a changing momentum from daily to from bearish to bullish. So yeah, we've got some good news for Solana coming through. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as I'm trying to 500 subs, and peace.